Good afternoon, my name is Stephanie Kramer and I'm the ISD librarian, and today I am with Francisca and we are promoting Oley Dibba-Wadda's book, Memoirs of an African Woman on a Mission. And she's coming to ISD, and so we read her book in advance, and so I wanted to talk to you about, oh my god, that loud noise. So I wanted to talk to you about what were your favorite parts of the memoir.
I think if I can best remember is this part where at the beginning how she grew up as an African girl child in Gambia, and being the firstborn of the family and the whole expectations that comes with it. And then you see where you have the parents that were actually very successful during that time, but the kind of culture that we have as African way of bringing up our children, then you see a lot of imposure from the parents to the child, and then you see with all this culture and the way the kind of, because I find the parents was kind of a little bit very strict, and so when she got outside and she got her wings and she lands in a guy that ends up not really treating her well, and she actually drops or abandons a boyfriend that really loved her, but she's doing it out of protest. And she's actually gone there to study, and things just goes upside down, and you see her really falling down into a trash that no hopes completely, and in a normal circumstances in Africa that would be the end of you. You're going to end up some village woman or something, but you find a strong woman who picks it up bit by bit. At first she didn't even trust herself because she was working in the hotel, and she had been doing this in her family. She's good at it, and this is what was expected of her, and she even believed that is what she could do. And then she lands into this international job, and she realized, oops, I can study, I can do more. And then you see her picking up. That was interesting, picking up and going ladder after ladder after ladder, and she changes the whole phase of it. So I think that was really something that was really remarkable.
And yeah, her perseverance is remarkable. I would have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Was there anything particular about Gambian culture that you learned that you didn't know prior to reading this memoir?
For example, when it comes to marriage, because I'm coming from the farthest east, and I think there are a lot of things that are very different. I realized that there's a way the families, is it the family name? There's some people who are goldsmith or ironsmith or something.
Yeah, gold. I don't remember, but the goldsmith.
There's gold, something to do with gold or iron. I don't know.
Okay.
And that kind of family, that is how you are. It's like a lineage.
Right.
It's given children after children. That's how
it's handed down generationally.
And then you have those who are goldsmith. I don't know if they are singers. All in all, they're very different, and one type of group is not allowed to mix with another type of group, which for me was a little bit quite interesting, because us it's more like not really allowed, but we have the tribal thing or something. Yeah, so that was really interesting, and also to see a really well, we have that one even here in Senegal, the complete mixed family of the religion in one family, and it's really intertwined together, where you find the mom was a Christian and the dad was a Muslim. And then you have
that's not common. Or, well, that's a good question. I don't know. Is that common here in West Africa? Because I perceive that it isn't.
I think it is here in Senegal.
Oh, seriously?
If you talk to
I
the
didn't know
Senegalese,
that.
then they have it really in the families. They are really one.
That seems so much more accepting, because in
Yeah,
other
it's
places
more
you don't see that kind
it's
of.
more accepted, yeah.
It's such a more rigid structure in other places.
And that applies even where I come from. It's very rare to see like a Muslim lady married to a Christian. That's all will never almost happen.
Okay. Yeah.
And if a Christian married to a Muslim, then it's very, very rare.
Very rare. Yeah. Yes. I was very interested in those marriage ceremony pieces. I didn't realize that there was so much detail with every single portion of the marriage.
That was also very
day one, day two, day 8 days of marriage ceremonies.
And she had to go between her mom's leg That was quite interesting.
Yeah,
that was
we
something.
won't give too much away.
No, okay, let's not talk too much about it. But it was something.
That was a nice little peek into culture.
Exactly.
Final question, Miss Francisca.
Yeah.
What did you think about that controversial decision that the author made, which was airing one's dirty family laundry in public? So she publishes this book, and I know that in many cultures, revealing those unsavory bits of family history is rather taboo. How do you respond to that?
On my opinion, I think each and every person, even if when we have our own families, we usually, as children, from the time we are children to the time we grow up and as grown-ups, we go through a lot of things, and people don't tend to realize it. And I agree with you. Ironing, it's like ironing washing the dirty linen in the public, especially for an African setup. But if you ask me as an individual, I would say it's more of a therapy for this lady, because you see somebody that was really torn for a very long time.
Yes.
Underwent a lot of an emotional torture that nobody will ever see.
Yeah.
She walks around and you see a small superwoman who is leading organizations after organizations, and you have no clue about the pain she has gone through
To get
she
to that
might
place,
have been somebody who was really strict at her place of work, and maybe sometimes not very friendly to so many people. You don't know where all those scars are coming from,
Right.
and until she talks about them, until she lets the society know that it was not right and it was not okay. Even her sister, I can't blame her sister, because her sister just found herself in that situation that was allowed by the parents, and even the parents, they're just victims of another generation that brought them. It's like a devil being transferred from generation to generation.
Right.
And now her worst mistake is being the firstborn, and as the firstborn, you have all you are the superstar of the family. That even the things that your own parents didn't do, you are supposed to perfect them. And it ends
that's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, and you end up you are torn every day. You walk in tatters and nobody knows. And I think the only way for this woman to stand up again, to be healed again, is to talk about them. And it would be good if the people that she felt that made life a little bit hard for her, they talk about it, and some kind of healing to come out of this.
Do you feel like here in West Africa, the women are moving more in a direction of pursuing therapeutic solutions? Because she does openly talk about it. She does go and get help. Is that something that you find happening here in West Africa? Is that common, or is she kind of outside of the norm with her choice?
I'm not sure, because I'm also completely foreign in the West African setup.
Right.
But I want to imagine that, like for example, here in Senegal, I think the family is a very big thing, and I don't think that I have impression people don't talk so much openly about things, even no matter how ugly they look like, but people tend to point it. It's better we talk it inside the family, but don't come out with it.
Right.
So I don't think it's something that is gonna be so much easy for an West African woman, just to come out, and you might, and as a woman, I want to think that you might get even much more serious criticism on this.
Yes, there's that layer of problems there. Her gender and her culture and her religion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
So she has a lot to do with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thumbs up, thumbs down.
I think thumbs up.
I give it thumbs up too.
Definitely thumbs up.
I was really happy when Denral promoted this with us. So
yeah. She
I
did
think
a good job.
I think this is going to be a good talk. So final promotion. Oley Dibba-Wadda comes to ISD on Friday, November 22nd, and she will be here in the library from 6:30 to 8:30, and we would like to invite you to come and join the conversation with the author.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
And then we can always just like push pause if we forget. Okay. Okay, so the first